constantly bombard him with questions because he had a piece of the system that I needed to integrate to, and he got a little prickly about it. You know, I keep asking him stuff. Sometimes, unfortunately, that's what I had to do to learn, was to be able to reiterate on things.
So now though, like if you're developing software, people work together, right? Don't they have the whole Agile thing and the whole iterations? So you're working more as a team. So back then you didn't do that. It was just one-on-one. Like,
yeah, it you talk about Agile. Oh, all right. Two ways for me to go on this one here. It's very much a one-man band because I could do everything from soup to nuts. It was installed on a single machine. I worked with my testers and my support people directly, but it was very small. These days, you're working on internet, kind of projects which have multiple modules, and you have a lot of interactions and coordination that you have to worry about. So that is very different. But ultimately, the projects always break down to individual modules that have to be created. So generally, it's a producer-consumer kind of relationship where one person's code is feeding your code, and then your code is feeding somebody else's code often. So to a degree, it's a little bit of what's referred to as throw it over the wall. Kind of thing. You get your piece done and boom, it goes over the wall and the next person has to deal with it because you've moved on. And that's very much what developers are, unfortunately. And it's something that actually isn't in my nature to want to just throw something over the wall to the next person. While I can get prickly when interrupted what I'm doing, if you give me a minute, I'll be able to unwind what I'm doing in my head and then engage you to make sure that your needs are being met. But yeah, we did not do the traditions of like a Scrum, a daily stand-up meeting, and that sort of thing. It was more done ad hoc as needed, kind of thing, and it was a big responsibility on the manager to make sure that the pieces of the work plan were being ticked off and that the handoffs were happening properly. So yeah, that was a big deal, and thankfully I had a really good manager at the time. So this was the biggest shop I'd ever worked in at this point, and the most interactions that I'd ever had to really worry about. So yeah, my manager, wonderful, great person to work with. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to get a bit of an idea of how you were working in that environment. That was, yeah. So that's
right. So does that answer your question?